Hi, I'm Ray White and I'm with the Standard Time team. Today I'm talking about 8 dirty secrets of project tracking. And really these are just some things I've picked up along the way working on projects, working with engineers, project managers, managing projects myself. And so hopefully they'll help. Let's take a look. These are the 8 things that I'm going to go into. Let's start with our stinking projects are always late. Really, this could be 100 different things. But one of the things that I've seen is projects that don't have a clear end game strategy. What I'm talking about is we're going to do this, this, and this, and then we're going to finish up this project. Without such a strategy, people sometimes feel welcome to indulge themselves into any tasks or project areas they want to go into, and so consequently the project goes on and on and on, and sometimes can be considered late. So with a strategy like that, you have to have pretty deep pockets to keep your project going. Number 2, pry my actual hours out of my cold, dead hands. Now, sometimes people don't like to give up the actual hours that they've worked on projects, especially if they're higher on the food chain. You'll hear lines like, "It'll get done when it gets done," or "making me fill out a bunch of paperwork isn't going to make it go any faster," or "do you want me to work on the project or sit here and talk to you about it all day?" All right, I get that, I understand. Creative people need to have their space, work on tasks that inspire them, come and go when they please, all understandable. But accountability is still a pretty high priority in getting projects done. Number 3, people camp out on tasks they like. This is maybe a little bit like number 1, but not really. Have you ever seen this where a person gets on a task that is familiar or easy to them and then they just stay forever? Maybe they've looked out into the future and they see tasks, upcoming tasks that are maybe unfamiliar, there's uncertainties, there's things they're not sure about, and it's more comfortable to stay where they're at than go off into the unknown. So if you can find a product that nudges employees along through the task to completion, you might be better off for that. Number 4, you probably spend more time on secondary projects than you know. So here's a question. Have you tracked your actual hours for all the projects that you work on, and then compare those hours with the corporate priorities? So in other words, do the actual hours that we work relate to the priorities that we've set for those projects? If you haven't done that, then you might be spending more time on secondary projects than you realize, not even knowing it. And that can cost you money. So, number 5, more time goes to admin than you think. People sometimes are reluctant to report their admin hours because they maybe feel like they're going to be punished for it. After all, we're supposed to be working on projects, right? So these are my 8 hours, that's my 40 hours, all project time, right? Well, all right, we all realize that we work on non-project things, admin things, every day. Meetings, emails, talking with our boss, talking with employees, things that just are not project related. So if people are not secure or not encouraged to give their actual hours, their admin hours, then they won't. And so you won't get that information. But that's valuable in forecasting upcoming projects. Let's see, number 6, loving this so far? Timesheet clutter ruins your metrics. Now, what happens when a person looks into a spreadsheet or timesheet and they see 400 projects and tasks that don't apply to them? Well, what they do is kind of look through, and minutes later they find their project that they work on, and to escape the pain, they write 8s all the way across. Well, how does that help you? You already know they're working 8 hours. So if the timekeeping app is not simple and relevant to the person entering time, you're probably not going to get any useful information from it. Let's go into number 7. You'll never get the data you need by rolling your own. All right, well, what we're talking about here is rolling your own timekeeping app and a spreadsheet. Sometimes people get the bright idea, let's just use a spreadsheet to keep track of our time. We'll use rows and columns, put the projects here, put the employees here, and then they'll just fill in their time. That is a wonderful idea and a wonderful way to trick yourself into thinking you're doing something useful until you find out how much that cost you in the end. And number 8, you'll never find out how much time people spend on the web. All right, that's a fact. Everybody surfs, YouTube, Facebook, online shopping, vacation tracking, they're texting their friends, emails, all that sort of stuff. We know that. But you're really never going to stop that. You're never going to track it. So the best you can hope to do is inspire people to do something different. Like get on board with your vision and do the impossible. That helps them, it helps the organization. So it's a win-win. But there has to be something in it for them, or they're just going to surf funny videos for an hour a day. So that's about all. 8 dirty secrets of project tracking. Ray White. See you next time.